Welcome back. My name is Jim Boyle. I'm the principal attorney in the Boyle Law Firm. If you want to know more about me or my firm, you can go to my website, jamesfboyle.com. In this video, we are continuing our series on how to prepare your own simple, uncontested divorce in Texas. As I've indicated in the other videos, this is for the samples here are for an uncontested divorce, no children, and relatively no property, or relatively little property or no property at all. Here are a list of the documents you need. What we are going to be looking at in this video is the testimony for the prove-up. All of these documents are contained on my website or can be found on my website. If you go to the website jamesfboyle.com and go to the right hand side of the page, click do it yourself. The form should be there in PDF form. Now I'm going to put the video on pause while we go find the prove up testimony. Welcome back. What you are looking at is the prove up testimony for the divorce itself. Once you've filed the petition, once you've filed the waiver, once both of you have agreed upon the final decree and that has been signed and the 60 days elapse, then it's time to go down to the courthouse and actually prove up the divorce. The judge is going to expect you to give some testimony in front of him. Now, let me just say this. A lot of courts have their own set of procedures when it comes to pro se litigants. In other words, when it comes to people who are representing themselves. So you should always call down to the court and find out if they have any specific guidelines so you're able to follow those guidelines when you go down there. But here is a sample, essentially, of the testimony that you're going to give in front of the judge. Now, what do? The judge is going to call your case. Usually you walk up in front of him. He is sitting behind the bench. Usually on one side of him is the court reporter. He will swear you, ask you to raise your right hand, swear you in, and then give you the nod and tell you to go ahead and proceed. And it's relatively simple. My name is, and in this case it would be Jane Doe. I am married to, in this case it would be the respondent, John Doe. The respondent has filed a waiver which is on file. Next, you're going to state we were married on or about, and you're going to give the date of the marriage. The next, you're going to testify we ceased to live together as husband and wife on or about. You'll give that date. Next, there's the provision concerning the children. There is no child under 18 that's entitled to support. None are expected, none were adopted. You can just read the sentence. Next, this is the part, the paragraph, the testimony concerning the marriage. The marriage has become insupportable because of discord or conflict of personalities between myself and the respondent. The next item of testimony is there is no reasonable expectation of reconciliation. Then getting to the end here, this is the provision regarding the property. We testify to the court we have entered into a property settlement agreement which is contained in the final decree of divorce. And then finally, you'll conclude the testimony by saying we ask the court to approve the property settlement agreement and grant the divorce. Now, if all goes well, at this point, the court will sign the final decree of divorce and you will have completed the prove up. Now, just as a matter of procedure, what usually happens after that is you're going to have to get some copies of the final decree. So when you go down there to prove up your divorce, you should always take 3 or 4 or however many copies of that final decree that you think you're going to need. You will take the one the judge signed to the clerks. The clerks will conform it. In other words, they will stamp the judge's signature on the copies and give those conformed copies back to you. The original final decree will stay in the file with the court. And it's also at that point that they're going to ask you for the state form, which is just simply a form with your information on it. You will give that information to the clerks, and that will be it. I'll see you next time.